Inflation is a tax, and most people don't know it. Hi, I'm Wolfgang Grey, and this is Grey's Horizons. You're getting taxed every day, and no one sent you a bill. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for educational and storytelling purposes only, and reflects my personal views and experiences. Always do your own research or consult a licensed professional before making financial decisions. What inflation really is, people think of taxes as something the IRS takes in April, but inflation, that's the silent tax. It erodes your buying power year after year. When prices go up and your paycheck doesn't, that's inflation taking a bite out of your wealth. You didn't get richer, you just paid more for less. I'm not a fan of Keynesian economics, but John Maynard Keynes warned us about this over a century ago. In his 1919 book, The Economic Consequences of the Peace, he wrote, "Lenin is said to have declared that the best way to destroy the capitalist system was to debauch the currency by a continuing process of inflation. Governments can confiscate secretly, unobserved, an important part of the wealth of their citizens." While historians haven't confirmed Lenin said these exact words, The Atlantic uncovered a 1919 interview with Karl Radek, of a close associate of Lenin, in which Radek admitted that inflation was part of a deliberate plan. Lenin had said long ago that the easiest way to destroy the bourgeoisie was to debauch the currency. So even if the quote wasn't directly from Lenin, his inner circle saw inflation as a weapon, an invisible way to erode the wealth of the middle class. And when you look around today, the pattern still holds. If Lenin did it to destroy his country, what are our central banks doing? Private central banks print, governments do not. Prices rise and your savings buy less every year. A historical example. In the 1970s, inflation skyrocketed into double digits. Prices soared. Savings accounts got obliterated. Fast forward to now, the same thing is happening again. Eggs, rent, insurance, gas, everything costs more, but your income, it probably didn't keep up. And let's not forget 2020, when lockdowns hit the US. Government injected trillions of dollars into the economy. According to the Federal Reserve, M2 money supply increased by more than 25% in a single year. The fastest rate since World War II. That massive injection of liquidity, it didn't come free. It diluted every dollar already in circulation. This is what happens when money printing replaces productivity. The short-term stimulus becomes a long-term liability. Your grocery bill tells the real story. who gets hurt the most? It's the people doing everything they're supposed to do. The middle class, the retirees living on a fixed income. The folks grinding it out at a 9 to 5 or running a side hustle just to stay afloat. You show up, you work hard, you pay your taxes, you save what's left, and then you watch it shrink. Groceries cost more, rent keeps climbing, insurance eats your paycheck. You're not reckless, you're not lazy. But the system punishes you anyway, because inflation doesn't care how hard you work. It just quietly takes more from you each year, while pretending everything is fine. The hidden game. Central banks print the money, politicians spend it. You get the inflation, that's the Cantillon Effect. Those closest to the money printer benefit first. The rest of us, we get the leftovers after prices have already gone up. Sure, some of that spending goes to roads, schools, and defense. Things society actually needs. But let's be honest, how much of it is pure waste? Overpriced government contracts, foreign wars with no exit strategy, multi-million-dollar studies on shrimp on treadmills, bailouts for billion-dollar companies while your rent goes up, political pet projects, virtue signaling subsidies, and agencies that grow but never shrink. They print, they spend, you pay through rising prices, shrinking savings, and the slow theft of your time. This isn't just bad economics, it's economic warfare, and you're the target unless you adapt. How to fight back? Invest in assets that outpace inflation: real estate, stocks, gold, silver, Bitcoin. Start a side hustle. Stack skills. Buy income-producing assets. Don't let your money sit there and rot. Real talk. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Once you realize inflation is a tax, you stop playing defense and start playing offense. Start protecting yourself. Subscribe to Grey's Horizons. Drop a comment if inflation has affected you personally. And share this with someone who thinks a savings account is a strategy. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.